questionable fashion, and questionable ethics. This is Cosmopunk.
The Wolf in Cashmere, a homebrew Starfinder story featuring the crew of the Leica 7.
Heyo, I'm Cypher, and I play the Yosaki operative Otter, pilot, and space ninja super spy by the name of Ryder. Now you see me, now you're dead.
Hello, I'm Ty, and I play Radar, a half-machine Yamultron mechanic with a short fuse and a death wish. He fell through time at the speed of regular time, frozen in an escape pod. Now it's 10,000 years later, and he is done with this future.
Hey, I'm Pan, and I play Bath, Kobold Android Mage, Lost Soul, Captain of Leica 7, and currently AWOL on the trail of her missing father, answer to her past, and the source of her strange new powers. You can find me on Twitter and most socials as Stellar Encore.
Hey, I'm Zuki, and I play Alejandro, uplifted bear, technomancer, and all-round excellent chef.
And I'm RJ. I normally play the ship's mechanic, V, but for this campaign, I'll be the GM. Last time on Cosmopunk, after V left the group to head off and meet up with their boyfriend Crunch for a bit, Radar and Ryder settled in for a quiet night running the bar. As yet another uneventful evening draws to a close, they're visited by a mysterious cybernetic rabbit. Turns out it's Juniper, the former Emerald Eyes Facility AI, remember them from Chemical Divinity, complete with a new SRO rabbit body. She explains she has a job offer on behalf of a mysterious client, but can't tell them any more just yet. Banking on trust, Ryder and Radar accompany her to Absolom Station to see what's up. Once at Absolom, Juniper brings them all to meet up with Alejandro the Uplifted Bear, remember him from Chemical Divinity, who has been laying low running a food bank for Absolom's less fortunate. Juniper explains she works for Carmageddon, a resort world based on an alternate plane of existence. Her anonymous boss needs the crew's help repelling a hostile corporate takeover from the mega conglomerate Pale Moon. The crew agrees, for a fee, and decides to reconvene after some prep work to get ready to travel to Carmageddon. Radar heads back to the ship, while Ryder and Al head higher up Absolom Station to do some recon work on one of Pale Moon's subsidiaries, the Hightail Fashion House. As he's heading back, Radar receives a threatening note from the head of Hightail himself, the Wolf in Cashmere. Just as Ryder and Al hear someone land on the roof of the lift they're travelling in. Episode 2. Lift going down. Radar. Someone has slipped a note into your pocket. You've read the note, and you just saw the tail slinking around a corner. What are you going to do?
I transmitted the note to Ryder because she's now aware of it as well, using our intercom. Yeah. Screw up the note, put it back in his pocket, and carry on back to his ship to continue what the fuck he was doing.
That was monogrammed.
What was?
That was a fancy piece of paper you just screwed up.
It was.
Alas.
Okay,
so you are heading back to the ship. Again, at this point, it's still in the late evening, so there's a couple of guards milling around. That Vlaka isn't there.
Perfect.
Instead, there's a couple of humans, and they don't really pay you any attention. Or are you just going to march past and go up onto the ship?
Yeah, just walk past them.
Do you have the keys? Are you going to do the blip thing?
Yeah, blip. Which on a fucking 100-meter long space vessel is cool as fuck. I like to imagine all the lights flash.
Yeah,
all of them.
Just all of them.
All of them. Just as a moment of blinding light. Just. So he'll open the thing up, climb inside, head up to the weapons locker and grab the ammo for his Southern assault rifle, and he'll make sure he's got the spare batteries for the slapping glove as well.
Alright, just refresh me, what outfit have you got on at the moment?
It's his casual wear, so it's the it's the green trousers, it's the black t-shirt, it's what he's always in.
Okay, fine, yep. As you're up on the bridge, just collecting all your weapons and stuff together, Ryder and Al.
Yes.
You are in a lift, you've heard something thump on the roof above you, and I need initiative rolls from the pair of you.
Cool. Are we taking into account that Ryder's got her blades ready before this roll is happening?
Yes.
Well, it's up to you.
You don't know what you're going up against yet. Yeah,
No.
yeah. Your blades are wielded and ready.
Okay.
You don't know what you need to do with them.
No.
You can still be snuck up.
And the lift is still moving.
I think I'm also tapped into the lift system, just in case something dodgy happens with it. Right.
Okay, that is a 20 for initiative. Dirty 20.
Okay, 10 for initiative.
10?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, you're going last.
Oh dear.
Okay, Ryder. Yes. So yeah, you have the initiative. What do you want to do?
Okay, so there've just been 2 thumps on top of the roof. Okay. Is there any sort of like hatch in the top of the elevator?
Would you know it? Yes, there is.
Would you know it? Is it secure? Is it locked?
Yeah, there's a hatch at the top, but it doesn't look like there's no obvious padlock or like locking mechanism. This lift is basically, it's exposed to the outside. So if you imagine those types of lifts that move up the outside of buildings, they've got like a glass surround, so you can see like a panoramic view of the thing you're moving up the side of.
Okay, she's going to sprint up the side of the elevator and out the top of the hatch and sort of like burst onto the top of it and see who's up there.
Alright, so I might need a strength roll off you just to bust this hatch open, because it's still quite a heavy object.
Okay, give me strength. 18 for strength.
I'm imagining you boost yourself off Al.
Yeah, you can just jump off my shoulder. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Climbs up on top of the bear and then leaps out of the hatch.
Yes, as you bust up the hatch open and sprint out onto the top, there are 2 canid figures out there, and one of them has a welding torch and is doing something to the cables for the lift.
Doing something to the cable.
Doing something to the cables, he said with no nuance whatsoever.
Well, he's obviously just a friendly engineer.
He's making creme brulee, obviously.
The other one you've caught off guard.
Okay. What's the other one doing?
He's reaching down towards his weapon, but you do have advantage because A, you've caught him by surprise, and B, you roll high for initiative.
Yeah, well, I've got advantage on this guy, so no need to do trick attack. I'll save that for if I get into a pickle. So, yeah, just 1 hit with the tolerant left. That is a 20 to hit.
Is the tolerant left an energy weapon?
No.
I'm afraid it does not hit.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, you bring out the tolerant left, you swing it around over your head, you connect it with this shadowy figure, literally. But it just seems to shear off and deflect. There's no sparks, there's very little sound, it's muffled. But it just sort of goes... So, okay, let me describe what they're wearing a bit better. They're both dark figures, and whatever they're wearing, it's almost like it takes them into silhouette. I mean, you get little glimpses of their outline, but whatever they're wearing, it's like they've dunked themselves in full body Banter Black.
Well, I've got multi-weapon fighting, so I can take a swing at him with the other one.
If at first you don't succeed, try.
Ethical billionaire.
How topical.
Indeed. What? 25. And that is energy, the AC.
That beats their energy class. So, you swing at them with your first sword, it deflects off, but then you carry your momentum around and you slash into them with your second sword, and you feel it connect with something, and there's a yelp of pain from this creature. Can I have some damage?
You can indeed.
Is what they don't say.
Is what they don't say. 2d6 plus 13, here it comes. 23 damage.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
A disparaging blow.
Yes, so your second sword, it clearly connects into something, and you've clearly caused damage to some kind of armour, because where your sword's cut into it, you can see light, like a gash of light is opened up in that part where your sword slashed into it. And then the light slowly fades, and you can just see like dark greyish, like almost blue tinged fur just poking from that.
And yeah, as a free action, can I yell down to Al? Al, we got company!
I can tell, yes. Oh my.
Okay, and yeah, that's my go.
So it is now the turn of the guy you just hit. he turns to you and he quickly clamps a hand over the part of his suit that you've slashed, covering it up, and disappears back into silhouette. And then does 17 hit.
Nope.
Against kinetic.
Nope. It's 21 you need.
Drat. So yes, he snarls and he stumbles back a bit, and then almost just as a reflex, just out of anger rather than out of tactics, he's just taken a slash to try and get you. But what do you do? Do you duck under it or do you deflect it?
Yeah, Ryder's bendy, so she probably just like lean back 45 degrees. Going on 90.
And then, as a free action, you hear a language that none of you recognise, and I know because I checked all your sheets thoroughly. But it's a very mouthy language. Whatever they're speaking, it involves a lot of enunciations very quickly. The human analogy would almost be like Mandarin Chinese.
Oh wow.
I mean, Al, you might recognise, you've heard this language spoken before, but you couldn't really pinpoint it to any particular species or race. You've heard it in the background of conversations, maybe. It's a language that you've heard before on Absolom, like just spoken on the street, maybe on public transport. It'd be a safe bet to assume that whoever this is, they're familiar with Absolom and they've been around this area before. And there's a nod from the other creature. The other creature whose turn it is.
Creature!
Person. You can say person. It's fine. All races.
You don't know if they're people.
Well, isn't everyone a person? Sorry, we're getting philosophical now.
Yeah, let's not do this now.
Hal's just pondering in the list.
Isn't everyone a person? Well, there's a fight happening a few meters above him.
So the second one, he is still like hacking this welding torch into this rope. You can see that the rope is starting, or the cable is starting to heat up. You can tell it's getting to like from cherry red up towards whiter, and it's not giving yet, but you can tell that under sustained like this kind of damage, it will probably fail eventually. He spends his entire turn doing that, or she, we don't know. Al, it is your go.
So from what I can see through this hole, how can I see these guys up there? These persons?
So
can I see the one that's doing the cutting, for example? Have we got a bead on him?
You can see sparks, and you can probably insinuate. The actual figures, they're kind of difficult to tell because it's nighttime on Absolom, and Absolom's is backlit by the stars, so they almost appear just like the absence of stars.
So I don't have line of sight, I'm going to have to climb up. Luckily, I have a climbing speed of 20, so I can climb up on my move action.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm going to clamber up onto the top.
This provokes a reaction from both of them.
In my Hawaiian shirt.
Holy shit, a fucking bear.
You really should not mess with us, you know this. You, with the torch, take this! And I'm going to cast Arcing Surge, which would normally do electricity damage, but I'm going to use my my magic hack, energy alteration, to turn it to sonic, so it's basically stun damage. So basically, well, unfortunately, it's not the perfect spell because I don't have any guns with me, but this is going to do a 120-foot long sonic. It's kind of like lightning bolt. Because I can't maneuver to get them both in the same spell, can I?
No, you can't. It's too directed for that. If you imagine the lift as 4 squares on a player board, one of them is occupied by Ryder, one of them is occupied by you, one of them is occupied by each of these creatures, and then the cable's in the centre.
Okay.
Yes, this is fighting in tight spaces.
This is fighting in what is both a confined space and an extremely open space.
So I'll just put my hand out. My display of my eyes just kind of flashes with hundreds of colours and shapes, and then suddenly this massive sonic disruptor just bursts out of my fist and slams into them. So they need to make a DC, I think it's going to be 19 reflex save.
DC 19?
Yeah, I believe so. If I'm working it out properly. This is my first time doing spells in Starfinder.
And you're aiming for the one that's cutting the cable?
Yeah, I want to try and stop the one that's cutting, and it is sonic damage, so I don't think there'll be any push with it, but it's just...
Depends how much Sonic.
I mean, your Sonic attack slams into him. It connects and he starts staggering backwards, but he just wraps claws around that cable and holds himself taut. However, he's no longer actively cutting while he does this. He has to stop cutting to grab on. He made the reflex save, basically.
So he's going to take 11 points of damage.
Yeah, he staggers back. He's clearly caught off guard by A, there's a bear, and B, the bear punched him with sound.
Yeah, it's got these kind of visible rings of sound coming out like some terrible B-movie.
Bear dubstep.
Radar, you're up on the bridge still of the Leica, aren't you? Collecting all your weapons and stuff.
Yep.
Just give me a perception roll.
He is for perception.
It is indeed.
31.
So you've seen the plans and the layout for Absolom Station. It's essentially a giant concentric series of rings all stacked up like a cone towards the highest echelons where all the rich bastards live.
Yeah.
Throughout that, you can see turbo lifts that are going up and down all around.
Yeah.
You just catch a flash of something. And
Do I? Is it four people stood on top of an elevator having what looks like a terrible fist fight?
It's very.
Is it also?
I mean,
is it the 120-foot sonic boom shattering all the windows in front of it?
It's more the sonic boom. But I mean, this lift is very far away. It'd be like looking at something from the top of the shard. You're a good couple of miles away.
So if I'm on the bridge, I can see this out front, right?
Yeah, because your ship was docked facing inwards, and the whole place is a series of cones. Just out of the corner of your eye, while you're getting your guns together, you catch a flash of something. And I mean, Al, describe the sound that the sonic
I think
punch.
It is just one of those classic
I'm inside a spaceship. I don't think I'm going to hear it.
It's very muffled, but with 31, you just catch a glimpse of far away, like a flash of light and a faint rumble that's happening off in the distance.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird.
Okay. That is super weird. Oh well, I'm gonna go back to loading my guns.
Heck.
It's a flash of light and a funny noise in a city that Radar's never been to.
Yeah,
Weird.
stands to reason.
Well, what else would he do?
Something. You're aware just something weird just happened, but it's probably nothing.
Like, can I see people on top of an elevator fighting?
It's too far away for that, but it just grabbed your attention that, what was that?
Okay, then fine. Just goes back to loading his guns.
Just grumbling.
Odd.
Fucking fireworks on the space station, that's so dumb.
So fucking stupid. They want fireworks. I can show them better fireworks. Give me 10 minutes.
Click, 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 click.
Well, yeah, practically loading bullets into the magazine.
Yeah.
Ryder.
Yes.
We return to the top of the round.
Okay, I am going to trick attack this one who is he armed? Yeah, he must be.
He's tried to slash at you, so he has at the very minimum claws.
Yeah, well that counts as being armed. So yeah, I'm going to deploy the trick attack and attack with both swords. 12 plus 22, so 34.
Oh, fucking hell.
That would be KAC.
KAC, okay. Yes, that hits.
So initial damage with left, 1d6 plus 13. 16 damage, and Glassblade Jolt to hit. 23. And now we do the extra. So trick attack. She's now level 10, so an additional 5d8. I love this character so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An additional 20 damage.
I mean, how would you describe Ryder's trick attack in these situations?
We decided that she basically becomes a blender, so she sort of Tasmanian devils her way around people, discombobulating them, slapping them in the eyes, the face, the ears, and yeah, just cutting them up wherever possible, and slashing the back of their legs as well, so they become flat-footed.
Okay, so you turn into a murder blender. Apparently, you're connecting several times with this this unfortunate hound. You hear another growl and a yelp of pain. Again, whenever your sword connects to whatever they're wearing, it seems to leave like a slash and then light pouring out of the slash for a second or so before it fades, and you can see furs then poking out. Can you give me a quick perception roll as well, just a free action?
Sure. Is it like I'm cutting through a shell, almost?
Sort of, if the shell was made out of shadow.
Okay. So 28 for perception.
Yeah, with a 28, one thing you will notice is the first slash he made where he covered it with his hand, that's no longer fur, that's returned back to being shadow.
Huh. So it's healed, almost.
Yeah, it seems like where he put his hand over it to cover it, when he took his hand off again later, it's gone back to black.
Interesting.
And yes, he is flat-footed. So it's basically until his turn.
Right.
It's his turn.
Oh, okay.
He slowly brings himself up to his feet, and because you're quite close to him now, and because you've actually taken the time to stay still for a second, you can see he's probably about 6 or so foot tall.
About the size of Radar?
Yeah, I have Radar's about that height, isn't he? Yeah.
Radar's about 6, 7 foot. Yeah.
Oh, okay, he's shorter than Radar then.
Okay.
And really, that's all you can get from him. There's no eyes, there's no glowing eyes, there's no light on his body at all. He's just shrouded in blackness. Until he draws his paw back again, and then arches his fingers, and you see just the glint of wickedly sharp claws. And the glints, they're caught in the light, but they're holding onto the light, and they're starting to glow. And electricity is starting to crackle between them across his paw.
Got the slapping glove.
The electricity is just arcing across bits of his paw. He doesn't seem at all perturbed by this. If anything, you get the impression that if you could see his face, he'd be grinning and scowling because you still cuss him a lot.
No, stop that. Stop that.
Bad dog. And then he lunges forward towards you. Does 28 hit?
Oh, that hits.
And this is against energy class.
Holy shit.
Yep, absolutely hits.
Yeah, take 27 damage. Because what happens next is he swings his arm with his claws back to you, and not only do the claws connect with your chest, but you also feel it's like you're being tased. Can I also get a reflex roll?
Yeah, sure. So 21.
As these claws connect to you, there's a blinding flash of light, and you feel the discharge of energy thrust you backwards. You slash out with your sword and dig it into the lift at the top of the elevator just in time to catch yourself from being flung all the way off the edge into, well, Absolom downtown.
Ugh. So yeah, Ryder's shaking, grimacing, hanging off the edge of this lift now with both swords dug in. After a loud scream.
So you're clinging on basically just to the edge of this lift. He's advancing towards you now, and that's his movement action. He just brings himself right up and in your face. He's trying to basically muscle you off this lift. And it's his friend's turn. Friend has just been sonic punched by Al. Does 25 hit?
It does.
Okay,
Sure.
and that's against energy.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
So after recovering from the shock of bear that makes loud noises, he's turned back to you, whipped out this rifle, and unlike the shadow clothing he's wearing, this rifle isn't cloaked. So to your eyes, it's almost just like hovering in amongst a shroud of outline, and it's raised and it's quite close. So he just taps out, just like blam, takes a shot at you point blank. That is 4. Okay, it's only 18 damage with that.
18. Okay.
But he's basically just fired this point blank into your belly. I mean, the hide of an uplifted bear, like a regular bear, is pretty tough. So,
But it's ruined my shirt.
yes, your shirt is annihilated. Just
No!
He's fired this gun. It's basically torn a massive hole. The edge of the hole is singed. The fur underneath is blackened. Like, it's just not a good look for you. I'm sorry to say. Radar, you're still up on the bridge. Give me another perception.
Loaded my gun with all these bullets. That's 31 again.
Again, yeah. There's several flashes, and they just catch your eye.
What the fuck? Right, that's it. Where are my binoculars? Ryder, where did you put my binoculars?
What the dink is that noise?
Right, Radar calls up on his comm. Ryder?
He hangs up.
I'll allow that as a free action because it's fun.
These two events are connected somehow. Right,
Goes back to
Radar's going to semi-power up the ship's weapons system. Because it's got a targeting computer, I can zoom in on things.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can, yes.
Yeah. Tap, 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 tap. Zoom. What do I see?
Yep, so...
Smash Brothers Final Destination.
Yeah, wait a second.
So yes, you can see essentially what is the stem of Absolom Station. If you imagine Absolom Station as a giant pyramid, there's a central stem to which all the platforms are attached, almost like a tree, but with plateaus instead of branches. You can see, of all the lifts going up and down, you zoom into the vague area where you thought that those flashes kept coming from, and from your perspective, you can see one of the lifts is it's making its way up the side of the building. It's going relatively quickly, but just the scale of Absolom means that it's a good time away from actually reaching any of the higher levels. And on top of it, you can see, well, there's a bear that's looking relatively disgruntled and clutching its chest. There's a small, punky-looking Ysoki otter.
Ysoki?
Ysoki otter, for you.
Could be worse. Could have been Ythoti.
And the other two are hard to see. It's hard to see what's happening. It looks like they're ducking and weaving, and you can see the occasional flash of light. It's clearly something's up, but it's really hard to get a fix on what they're fighting. It's almost like, against the backdrop of this darkened, area, it's really hard to see what they're fighting, but something's definitely up. You can tell that for free.
It's a good thing this ship's got Predator mode. We'll cycle through all the known thermal, flare, all of that we have.
The ship has the ability to do thermal imaging. It's used for identifying ships in ways other than visual, things like that. Under thermal imaging, again, it's still very difficult to see, but you can see almost like a coroner around two black areas of nothingness. So there's a fake coroner. Yes.
Does it look like they're actively fighting the people who I can see who they are? That was a sentence.
That was words.
Come back in with that. Does it look
Don't
like
worry,
they're
boys, we'll get them next
the
time.
two people I recognise on top of the lift?
They look like they're engaged in some sort of combat, or they're dancing.
Dance of death.
How hard would it be to laser one of them with the ship's laser?
Oh god.
Incredibly difficult.
But not
And more to the
impossible
point-
is what I'm hearing from that.
Give me an intelligence roll, please.
More to the point, yes, intelligence.
That's a 2.
2?
2 plus intelligence.
Oh.
4. That is 6 intelligence.
I mean, you can't really see anything wrong with opening a barrage of laser fire at a populated...
It wouldn't be a barrage. It would be a single shot, very carefully aimed.
You can't see any issue with a single shot of laser fire at an international, well-populated space
That's
station.
not a war crime, what are you talking about?
You know, I mean, this turbo lift is travelling up the side of buildings. Buildings have things in them. Some of them are people, some of them are not people. So it all comes down to luck. Luck of those in the building, luck of the lift, because it is suspended by cables, and you reckon you could take a good shot at it. What's the worst that could happen?
RJ, I'm going to look you dead in the icon right now and say, are you condoning me firing this laser? As the games master.
With a roll of 6, I can neither confirm or deny that opening fire on a space station from a docking port.
Because I'll tell you right now, out of character, I am 100% behind this.
We could see what happens. We could let it ride.
I'm up.
Oh,
I'm
no.
up for seeing
However,
what happens.
you will take full responsibility for what happens if you do.
Yep. I fell on the button, officer.
Oh, God.
Would that be this round or next round?
Radar, roll initiative.
This round.
28.
28.
I rolled an 18 and his initiative is plus 10.
Okay, so where we left off, I'm going to say that was your turn, which brings us round to Ryder. But after Al's next go, let's let it ride. Let's see what happens in this.
I have the distinct impression that these two shadow things are going to beat the shit out of you.
Fucking, I'm Radar, and I can use my improved initiative to do stupid things quicker.
Yeah, it's great. You should try it.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Trying to snipe
And also,
people.
I don't know what you're complaining about. It's not like I'm using the nuclear missiles.
Yet.
Yes, there's a reason that's called
you
the
want me to?
nuclear option.
It's only a little bit of irradiation.
No.
About 200 square feet.
No.
So, Al, go on.
So I will ask Ryder, do you want to get out of here?
Yeah, give me a moment. I want to ask this guy a question.
Sure. Okay. In which case, I'm going to cast grease on this guy that's in front of me, or on their weapon.
Grease.
Yeah. So they need
Grease.
to make a DC 17 reflex or drop the rifle.
Makes the rifle slippery.
Yeah.
Like that.
And they have to continue to make that roll if they want to pick it up as well for
That's great.
a minute.
Inventive.
Yeah.
Actually, no, for like 6 minutes or 10 minutes. Sorry. It's going to be greasy.
So you cover their rifle in butter
Yeah.
for 6 minutes.
Delicious.
Okay. So,
Delicious.
A delicious garlic butter of my own invention.
A whole stick of butter.
Ooh, stick of butter.
Do not eat the stick of butter. Do not lick your rifle.
you cast loop rifle. What did you say? What did you say the difficulty check on that one is? I'm just looking for it in your sheet.
17.
17. Ooh. He looks incredibly confused. He's wielding this rifle. All of a sudden, it's like it's covered in dish soap. His
No,
paws
it's
like
delicious
scrabbling.
garlic butter.
No.
Nope,
It's butter. You're dealing with a cook who is food-based
Exactly.
magic. It's butter.
He almost fumbles it, but he just manages to keep his grip
Oh,
on it. Damn. But you've distracted and confused him because he's been wielding this rifle, pointing it directly at you, and then it's just suddenly
Gone greasy.
slippery. Yeah, which is bizarre. I mean, what does it look like when Al casts this? Is there's like
I think there's just like it sort of just sprouts all over it. This like coating. It's about like a centimeter of like thick, delicious. There's now a smell of garlic in the air.
Oh,
This
no.
happened.
oh
So, did anybody else instead imagine it? Like, he does the wizard pose, and literal butter comes out of his hands and hits the rifle.
Yep, butter
In a
comes out of his
stream.
sleeves.
Literally,
I cast butter
butter
missile.
cannon.
Summoning butter from the nether realms.
Yeah, so that happens.
Move action. Can I help Ryder get up onto the lift again?
Nah, don't worry about me, I've got a plan.
Okay.
I mean, you can offer a handout if you want, but I've got a plan.
Well, I mean, I just want to move you to be on the lift itself rather than hanging off it. But yeah, it's your call.
Okay, so Radar, we've had your turn. You're going to do war crimes. Ryder.
Hey, it's not war crimes. We're not
It
at
is.
war.
Yeah, you're not a
Literally
just
war
crimes.
crimes.
It's just crimes.
No, he's technically correct. The best kind of correct. It's just crimes. Ryder,
Yes. Okay.
it's your
I'm
go.
gonna
Do that thing.
I'm going to do something a little stupid and a little Smash Brothers here. While we're on the subject, I'm going to jump off the lift.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see where you're going with this.
She's going
The
to
answer is downwards.
Not necessarily.
she's She's going to take a glower at this shadow creature in front of her and just like step backwards, maintain eye contact while she's doing it, fall off the lift, activate her jump jets, hover under the lift, come back up the other side, and smack this guy in the spine. Turn that into rolls however you want.
Oh, I mean, your jump jets don't really have any difficulty. Like, it's just considered movement, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you want to turn it into like an acrobatics check or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll take either an acrobatics or an athletics. Probably acrobatics check for it because you're doing a lot of ducking and diving there.
Yeah, that's my highest one. So 33.
You look this creature, canine, dead in the eye, and then just step backwards off the lift. For a second, you just see a head tilt, and then you just go downwards at a fair speed. He peers over the edge, like,
oh, does he?
the fuck? And then you pop up behind him, and what did you say? You punch him in the spine?
Well, if he's peering over the edge, he's going to kick him in the back and shove him over the edge.
Okay, again, that would be unarmed strike for the purposes of this, because you don't have natural weapons.
So, unarmed strike.
Awesome.
Yes. So we've got 24 for unarmed strike.
This, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, that would be against...
KAC.
Kinetic. You have surprised the shit out of him, though, because he thought... From his perspective, you just, like, voluntarily jumped off.
Yes.
Again, the head tilts for a second, in confusion. And then there's another low growl. And he brings both of his paws back behind him. And both of them start to light up with that same glow you saw before. Again, it's his go. And you keep picking fights with him.
He's got double punching gloves.
Yeah, 27 against
that hits.
energy. He brings both of his paws back, and again, they're crackling. The rest of his body's becoming harder to see again because he's been moving his hands over those slash marks that you've put in him. And every time he does that, the light fades, the fur just sort of almost fades out as if there was a filter over it, and it's just gone from transparent to opaque. And then again, he just becomes this shadow, except a shadow with a massive pair of glowing paws. Wickedly sharp claws on the end. He lunges at you with both of them. The first one drags along the ground, sort of sparking off the roof of the lift, and then upwards towards your belly into an uppercut.
Ooh!
And then as that one catches you, his second fist is going to come around. It's going to slam into essentially your midriff. And I need a reflex roll from you again.
Sure. 19 plus 11, so...
Is that 30?
30, yeah.
30 is pretty good. Again, you are a skilled and well-trained operative, and you've just done a whole bit of flight on your own. The hits are brutal. They're hard into your body. They shake your entire form. But you still manage to fling your arm out. You grab onto a little bit of protruding electronics or cable or something at the top of the lift, and you slide backwards just to the edge of the lift with your claws digging into the metal. But you slow yourself down enough not to fall off it, and you're still in the game. But this time you are clinging to the edge of the lift.
Edge guarding.
Mm-hmm. The other one, his rifle, for some reason it's become slippery. He's taken a moment to get used to that, but then he's hunkered it up close to his shoulder. He points it directly at you, Al.
Oh, no.
And then he turns it down. He turns it down to the welding torch. And he lets out a bark and fires into it 3 or 4 times. Into his own welding torch, which is sitting next to the top of the cable.
Oh boy. Do I suspect some kind of mind control going on here?
Oh, he's going to make it explode.
He is going to make it explode. The welding torch, essentially, it's a tank of welding gas. There's an explosion. It's not massive. It's definitely dazzling, and it definitely makes a lot of noise. Radar, you're already looking, so at this point, you don't even need to do a perception for it. You see a flash and the dull thud of a sound. Can I have reflex rolls from everyone who's on the lift?
Okay, that is a 16.
25.
16. 25 Ryder, because you're clinging off the side of the lift, the main brunt of the blast just goes straight over you. You hear the sound, you feel the entire lift shake, you hear the creaking of the cable that's suspending it. You said you got you said you got Al 16. You said you got 16 Al.
16, yeah.
16. Yeah, the force hits you fairly square in the chest. You're shunted back right to the edge of this lift, and you take 8 damage.
Ooh.
From that.
This really is fights in tight spaces, isn't it?
This is fights in tight spaces. Don't fall off. And then the 2 wolves. Well, the one that fired into it, he passes. After he's fired the rifle, he sort of puts one hand over to shield his face. As the blast explodes, the shrapnel from it, some of the dots, like little dots of white pinpricks, appear all over one side of his suit for a second, but then a tail swishes around and drags over all of them, and then they're gone. His friend, he was caught a bit unaware. He didn't realise that they were going to do that, and he takes 5 points of damage. Again, it's the same sort of deal. The shrapnel from it blasts into him. It pushes him right back to the edge of the lift. Unlike his other friend, he extinguishes both his claws, drags them down, and then growls at his friend. That is going to be Henchman's turn. Al, it is your go, and to start off, can I have a engineering roll?
This place is about to 27.
Yeah, that's a good roll. As a free action, after you've recovered from just the shock of this blast, you can see that the lift cable and the top of the lift is now compromised. It's not snapped, but you can tell that it's starting to slowly tear itself apart under its own weight. There's the grinding of metal and the... you know that noise metal cables make when they're starting to stretch? That sort of kind of noise. Yeah, this lift isn't going to last much longer.
Time to get out of here. So I'm pretty close to Ryder, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, again, this lift is only 4 squares, so this, like, in total, this lift is maybe, like, 5 meters by 5 meters by, like, a couple of meters tall. Because
I'm probably going to, seeing as things are about to get really nasty, probably going to dimension door out of here.
Wow. Bye, Ryder.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
We are passing by, basically, floors, aren't we, as we're doing this? So within...
Yes.
I can teleport to a place within 800 feet of here.
Yeah, you are the outside of this giant stem. Some parts of it are just like wall against the elevator. Sometimes there'll be open plateaus and decks, and like if you were to like portal to somewhere, you could portal.
I'm going to bring along, or try to, the guy that didn't just blow up the blowtorch, the other one.
Oh, old glowy claws.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to bring along the one that was attacking Ryder and Ryder onto the floor outside the elevator, somewhere that looks safe.
Are you going to vocalize what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm saying it's time to get out of here. Come with me if you want to not die in a horrible.
If you want to leave.
Yes, that's not transportable. Never mind. I'm going to teleport us out of here with this asshole, and I'll grab them both. But
okay,
I may need to make an attack to grab him. So Ryder and this anonymous shadow guy.
Well, don't worry about me. Just leave the door open behind you.
Well, if I'm bringing this guy with us, it's probably best that we kind of beat the crap out of him when we get to the place where we're going.
Sure, but leave like a door open in midair or something, and Ryder can just jump through it.
No, it's I have to touch you, and then we all teleport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can just VoIP out of there.
Yeah, I'm going to say to grab and hold on to him, I'm going to need an unarmed attack.
Right, I do have natural weapons. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, you're there.
The effect of your claws digging into them will make it easier to hold on. So if you can beat their armor class, you can grab on.
Yeah. 24.
And which one did you say you're grabbing? Are you grabbing old glowy claws? Or are you grabbing
the guy that's been throwing Ryder around the lift?
Okay, that's glowy claws. So you dig into him. You've got him rolled. You can also roll for damage because you've technically just attacked him.
Yeah. I don't know how much damage my claws do. I didn't think I'd ever be using them because I thought I'd have weapons. Okay. What damage will uplifted bear's claw do? I'm not even trying to damage this guy. Okay, yeah, we'll do 2d8 plus 4. Dun, dun, dun. 6 damage. That's terrible.
Yep, your claws dig into. I mean, what part are you going for? Just ankle?
I'm just going to grab his back, I guess, because he's facing me.
Grab by the tail if you want.
Like, grab into whatever weird shadow armor he's got. Immediately use Dimension Door. So basically,
you haven't got Ryder yet.
Oh. Ryder's not going to resist being grabbed. So, do I need to make a roll for that?
Well, I mean, Ryder will probably assume that you're trying to give her a hand up, so she'll probably let you reach out.
It's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
and yeah, so at that point, this kind of it almost becomes like our outlines become sort of digitized into polygons, and we sort of collapse on ourselves and then appear on in a very confused shopping plaza.
Level 13628.
Whoa, okay, that's a nice trick. Oh, you brought this guy as well? You're not invited.
I thought you might want to talk to him, you know?
I mean, I do, but anyway, let's not have this conversation now.
Yeah, you're still in combat, and...
Yeah.
Radar, as you're scoping in with the ship's laser on the top of the lift, you just see, all of a sudden... You! Ryder and Al just pixelate out of existence, from your perspective, and then there's just the outline of this one shadowy creature standing alone.
Radar powers down the weapon systems.
Yep, I'm sorry, Radar. I'm sure in the future you'll have more opportunities to fire a ship-mounted laser gun at a civilian population, but not today.
Not today, Satan.
Just a victim of circumstance in this whole thing.
Yeah, well, he'll stand up.
You're the real victim here.
Think for a minute about what he's going to do and go back to loading his guns, I guess. Click, 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 click.
Kind of wanted to see Radar open fire just for the hijinks that would ensue, but
I didn't.
Wasn't going to fire on a civilian population. He's going to fire on 2 people threatening my friend. The issue was some civilian population might have got hit in the process.
That is the issue, yes.
Collateral damage.
Okay, so Ryder's just been teleported off of the roof onto...
In fact, before you do anything, give me a quick Constitution roll.
Con roll, okay. Oh yeah, for teleportation sickness.
For sudden, unexpected teleportation.
16.
Oh, actually, there is something I forgot to say about the spell.
Go on.
Nobody can take an action for the next round. Like, anybody that was teleported is just, like, stunned for a round of, like, what the fell just
is
happened?
Is that including you, Al? Or
Yes, yeah, until my next turn.
Oh, so we're all just stumbling around, just like...
Yeah, you all skip a turn.
Except the one on the lift, yeah.
Except the one on the lift. Yeah, so from your perspective,
That's all.
Suddenly 3 of you have just, like, portaled from the top of this lift into this shopping plaza. Again, it's fairly late at night, and this isn't the highest of the high levels, so it's like retail, it's like Tesco Express kind of level of shopping.
Oh, nice.
It's reasonably quiet at this hour. There's a couple of people who are shocked, and like Yosoki who are out getting some stuff, and all of a sudden you like just go right in front of them. They both drop their shopping, scream, and run away.
Just staggering around. Oh, that was a bad one.
Oh, that sucked. What the fuck?
It's okay, it'll go away in a sec. Don't you worry.
Hang on, I think I'm gonna... No, I'm okay.
Yeah, what was that con roll?
That was
I'm
16
going
for
to
the
make
con
one as
roll.
well.
Yeah, okay, so for the 16, you're feeling very queasy for...
Yes.
It's a good thing you've got an entire round of non-action, because you feel like someone took all your insides and rotated them 180 degrees inside your body.
I'm about to lose my pile.
Back on the lift, the one that's left just saw 2 of you just go out of
Hidden
existence.
movement.
with one of its mates. And it's like, to themselves, it's like, what? What even is this?
Just
Fuck
happened?
it. They pick up their rifle, just like fire one bolt into the elevator cable, and Ryder and Al, you're just like on this deck recovering from your hangover, and then there's the thundering clatter of a lift, just like plummeting downwards. Radar, since you're still on the ship, you've still got your vantage point because you're still looking through the ship's optics. You can give me a perception as well.
Well, that's a 1, so that's 17.
Yeah, you just see the lift plummeting downwards as well. You're hoping that Ryder and Radar got off it, but because it's falling a lot faster than it was rising, it's really hard for you to lock onto it with the viewpoint of the weapons scope. From your perspective, you just see the lift cable suddenly snap, and this lift is plummeting downwards now, but it's going super fast. You can barely keep track of it on the weapons scope, so it's really hard to see what's going on top of it, and then it just disappears from view in moments because it's going down so fast.
This place gets dumber and dumber.
You can't tell
That's
what happened to that last...
Radar
that last
has no clue
creature.
what is happening. So what is there to do except carry on?
So the combat's basically down to Ryder, Al, and this one guy. You've all skipped a turn. It's back to you, Ryder. You're feeling a bit more alive now. You're on this pretty vacant plaza with shops and like a fountain in the background.
Ugh. Okay, would you say this guy in front of me is still staggering, still looking queasy off his feet?
His turn is after you, so yeah, he hasn't quite got back to speed yet.
Okay, in that case, she's going to raise her blade and put it to his throat and demand he stand down. Like, right, that's enough out of you. Who do you work for?
Intimidation.
Right. Okay, we've got 18 plus 14. Big number 32,
18,
I think.
32. That's right, I'm going to roll. Yeah, 24's left than 32. So you hear a resigned growl, and very slowly, those blades that were sizzling with energy before retract back into his fingers.
He may not speak my language, but everyone speaks sword.
And with that, we are out of combat. Ryder and Al, you have captured something. It has stood down.
Okay, at that point, yeah, Ryder's going to, with her sword still held up, she's going to get on the comms to Radar. Hey, buddy.
This is the county board. You stab 'em, we slab 'em.
Yeah, speaking of that, we've got a friend that we just picked up. Might want to have a word with him. Come on down. We're on... Al, where the fuck are we?
This is level 13, next to the Tesco Express.
Wait, what do you mean you've picked up a friend? We're not making more friends.
What did I just say, Radar?
What? You said you picked up a friend?
Sorry, where are we, Al?
We're next to the Tesco Express.
We're next to Tesco.
Why don't I pick up some cantaloupes? We need cantaloupes.
Oh my god, are we canonising Tesco? Please tell me we are.
We are not canonising Tesco. You're
The
next to
Tesco Express, right. I will be on my way to Tesco Express on floor 13. What was it?
Subsection.
Write this down. On this pen that I bought from W.H. Smith.
Stop it!
We are not
We're
sponsored
gonna
by
start-
either of these companies.
Yes. Yeah, right. You're not next to Tesco Express. You're next to Absolom Goods and Food.
What was that? Like the scream and the yelling? Was that... What was going on? Was that you in the lift?
Oh, you saw that, did you?
I'm in the Leica. I had it all... I had both of them lined up on the laser and then they just vanished.
Ryder raises her eyebrows slightly at this, but doesn't say anything. She just looks pointedly at Al and is just like, can you come on down to level, was it 13.8?
13,628. Or
Can you come down
1,300.
to
13,000.
Can you come down to 13,628?
Yeah, why?
Well, we've captured one of your friends.
I don't
Wait.
have any friends.
This is one of his friends?
Oh,
No.
Radar!
What his enemies do to him?
No, I'm being facetious, Al.
Oh, okay.
I'm being facetious, Radar. I have to explain that to both of you, don't I? I fucking do, don't I?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know you guys that well. Maybe
Ow.
you do have assassins
Ow.
as friends.
Ow! Make sure this clown doesn't escape. Radar, come on down. Bring your gun. Bring the ammo.
That's what I'm doing. It's why I came back here.
Great. And also to line the ship's laser up on civilian areas, apparently.
No. It's very definitely on one of those weird shadow things' chests. Wait, is that what you've captured?
Yeah.
Oh! Ooh, I want his thing.
His thing? I'm not even going
His
to ask.
shadow thing. The shadow thing.
She
Don't
comes
touch
up.
his thing.
She didn't tell me where on 1367.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, you've got an idea. You saw the lift.
Next to the cash and carry.
It's all right, 1367. How big can it be? 4 days later.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna say, Alan Ryder, you have about 10 minutes before Radar turns up because I'm not role playing Radar
How long?
walking through all of Absolom Station. Both the security guards, the two humans, they're just milling around. They see you come off the ship. I mean, are you trying to hide your laser and ammo, or are you just like marching off the ship with it? It's like, right, I'm gonna go fuck up a shadow.
Right?
No, fucking, I'm just walking off like normal with all my gear.
Okay, so your rifle's just on your back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one of them just comes up to you briefly and is like, you heading back into Absolom then?
Oh, yeah, I've got to meet some people on 1367 by the cash and carry or something, they said.
Okay. Have you got checks for that rifle? I mean, generally that sort of weaponry isn't allowed on Absolom Station, so unless you've got a legitimate reason to be carrying it, I might have to ask you to leave that one on your ship.
It's only for self-defense.
It just eyes up this massive rifle. Against what, bears?
I heard you do have bears, but no, not those. Just defense in general.
Oh, fuck it. Just give me a bluff roll.
Radar's been practicing.
I know you've,
Oh,
I know
no.
you've been practicing.
Radar, dark vision!
I can also see invisible things, did you know?
Shut up about dark vision.
24.
He eyes you up a bit suspiciously, but his other mates like, come on, it's your go. They've been playing cards in the guard hut, and he's just like,
Look, do you want a name to go with it, just in case you find it as a piece of evidence later? It's quite distinct. I'm pretty sure this one's unique.
yeah, sure, just ticket it and
Sure.
whatever.
Gives him the name Edmund Voss. He's already rolled the bluff.
Cool, yeah, all right, Edmund. Just, I don't know, don't get in trouble with it, or I'll get in trouble. Enjoy your time on Absolom.
Yeah, thank you.
And then he just waves you on, and then goes back to his hut and starts dealing cards again.
That was relatively painless. Right, 1367.
Radar, you get to the bottom of the lift, like shaft that the rest of the team went up. There's one shattered lift, just absolutely destroyed at the bottom.
Well, normally I'd be perturbed about using a lift that just randomly shatters a cable and plummets to the thing, but 13,000 flights of stairs sounds like quite a journey. So, presses the button.
Yep. And we're going to fast forward the 10 or so minutes it takes you to get up to that level. And yes,
Jesus Christ. This
the,
lift better have seats.
nope.
Oh,
But it does have elevator music.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Yes.
10 minutes.
And it's really shit, and it's played through a tinny speaker.
Is it Spanish Fleet for 10 minutes?
No, it's 10 minutes of Left Bank 2, and you're going to like it, goddammit. The doors of the lift open, and yep, Ryder has a shadow to the throat with her sword. Al is sort of stumbling up to upright.
wow, that's taken me a long time.
I mean,
That was very
you
quick.
basically you portaled yourself from a lift onto a flat plane along with two of your friends after having been shot several times. So
It's been an interesting day.
you've earned some stumbling time.
Yeah.
So Radar's just going to drink all this in and be like, well, I missed a party. What happened?
Explosions, garlic butter. Just a usual night in Absolom. You know.
What?
Yeah, you'd have loved it.
Just what?
So these fuckers teleported onto the top of our elevator and then tried to cut the cord
How'd you know they teleported?
because they weren't there before.
Well, they're on the top of the elevator, whichever way. Anyway,
Yeah. Well,
maybe we should interrogate this guy. Has he said
it's
anything?
just I just wanted to know in case he just decides to teleport away right now. But
Well, he won't
also,
because I got him a knife point.
yeah, keep him there. Radar's going to see if he can. Like, is it like a clothing item that they're wearing that makes them all silhouettes? Can he pull it off?
Give it a go.
Yeah, go on then.
Time to see who these shadow monsters really are.
So you're just going to reach off and try and tug down his hood?
From behind, so he can't bite me. Yeah.
Pull his
Okay.
face off.
Yeah, you bring one of your hands up to sort of like, if you imagine it was like a hoodie cloak kind of deal, and you pull it back. It feels like the softest silk you've ever felt in your life. It's almost like liquid cloth. But you manage to get a grasp onto it, and you pull it back, and it's like a hood. And as it pulls back, it reveals a pair of pointy ears, and sort of like mottled, dark greyish, almost bluish fur. The second you touch him, he jumps just reflexively as you pull it back, and then just turns around to see who's done it. It's like, and barks something. Again, it just sounds like a bark.
The temptation just to backhand him and say "speak common" is just strong.
I'm going to cast comprehend languages.
Oh, you can do that, can you?
Yeah,
Cool.
do that.
Go on.
Useful.
So, run me through comprehend languages quickly. Is it just you understand all languages?
Yeah, I can understand the spoken or sign words of creatures, or read otherwise incomprehensible written messages. It doesn't impart insight into the material, merely literal meaning. Blah 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 blah.
Yep. It was the Vlaka equivalent of fuck.
That was useful.
Good job.
Great.
He is a Valakan. It would seem so.
And then he turns back to Ryder and Radar. It's just like, can I at least put my hands down now?
Well, Ryder doesn't understand what you're
In
saying.
common.
Oh, in common.
I'll tell you what you can do with your hands. Take that cloak off.
Well, give us all of your weapons first. We don't want you starting another fight and losing it.
No, start with taking the cloak off. Just keep him at knife point. If he draws a weapon, just cut his head off.
It's like, just looking back to Ryder and then to Radar and then to Ryder, and you're both giving him conflicting orders. And it's like, can I at least put my hands down now?
Well, Ryder doesn't
cloak.
understand what you're
In
saying.
common.
Oh, in common.
I'll tell you what you can do with your hands. Take that cloak off.
Well, give us all of your weapons first. We don't want you starting another fight and losing it.
No, start with taking the cloak off. Just keep him at knife point. If
He's
draws a
just
weapon,
looking
cut his
back
head
at-
off.
It's like, just looking back to Ryder and then to Radar and then to Ryder, and you're both giving him conflicting orders. And it's like, look, which one of you is in charge here? You're both giving me orders at the same time.
Neither of us are in charge. Just take your shit off.
Look, I don't know what you just did
Ryder.
to me there, but
Hurry
Do me a
up.
favour,
it feels
Ry-
like you turned me
Ryder.
inside out.
Ryder.
What?
If he draws a gun, you'll be able to cut his head off before he can use it. You,
Who knows
oi,
that?
Vlaka, take the cloak off.
Look, it's alright. It's alright. I'm unarmed.
Take the cloak off. You're 5 seconds away from being shocked unconscious.
Look, okay. Just this cloak, it's really difficult to get, and it's even harder to keep working. So
Hurry up.
I'll take it off. And he takes it off and just like very delicately folds it up. And underneath, he's just wearing like Under Armour essentially. It's like fairly
boxes.
close fitting. It's white, fairly close fitting material, and yeah, it's a Valaka. They're about like 5'9", 6-ish foot tall with ears. They're completely unarmed. This one.
Huh.
Okay.
How'd you do the thing with your claws?
What? You mean this? And he's just going to very gently
Whoa.
protrude a couple.
Slowly.
Okay. Look. All right. And he's very slowly, and it's almost like. So they're like natural wolf-like claws, but as he extends them, you can see that they start to glow. And
Cute. Can you take those off?
they're my claws. They're literally attached to my body. No, I can't.
I'm gonna have to cuff you if you can't deactivate them.
Retractable claws. Weird.
Look, I'll put them away. That's the best I can do. But look, I'm not gonna fight you. All right, you're not even the target I'm after.
Al, and she looks over to Al, still with this guy at knife point. She's going to reach into a satchel and pull out some cuffs and chuck them over to Al.
I mean,
cuff his
is
hands
that
behind
really
his back.
necessary?
You don't get a say. Shut up.
Yeah. Radar is
my
picking
friend.
up the discarded cloak.
Hey, be gentle with that, man.
I will go around and cuff him.
He's more concerned about Radar touching his gear. But hey.
Oh no, this is mine now.
I mean,
Of course, you're already looting him.
Of course, I'm already looting him in case he tries some shit.
No, you just
Also-
want his coat.
Yeah, everybody wins.
just try it on, all right? Just try it on. You'll see. It's worth nothing to you.
Also, keep your eye on his claws. If they're powered, they'll probably cut through them cuffs pretty easy.
Not if they're stuck behind his back.
Even so.
Yeah, now that they're stuck behind his back.
Radar backhands him.
Man, why?
You're being mouthy. Stop.
Look, please. Let us try and be reasonable here. You can answer our questions, or I will hack into your brain. Do you understand?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Just calm down, man.
Who sent you? To kill us.
All right. Look, I work for the Wolf in Cashmere. He's the head of Hardtail Fashion.
I knew it.
He sets the jobs, and we just get them arranged. That's all my involvement is, all right? My target was a rabbit. I was told that I needed to make sure she didn't get to her destination. My colleagues, they tracked her scent to that lift you were in, and I was told to make it look like an accident. I'm sorry you got involved, but you're not my target, and I had nothing against you personally. It's just business, all right?
They called me a rabbit?
No, I don't think they were talking about you, Al.
Look at these ears.
Yeah, you're definitely not the rabbit we're after. You're a lot bigger and a lot meaner. I mean, what did you even do to me back there? Like, feel like my insides have been run through a washing machine.
Don't worry. There's only a marginal chance you're now a different person to the one you were before.
Wait, what?
Ryder's like,
Yeah, at this point, Radar's like eyebrows almost accelerate off the top of his head, and he slowly pivots and looks at fucking Al.
Sorry. A little
What?
technomancer joke there. No. Teleportation is perfectly safe.
Oh,
Is
good.
Well, I'm glad to know that. Who are you guys anyway?
Never mind that. You don't get to ask questions.
I'm already bored of this guy's attitude. Can we just throw him out the window? See if
No,
Larkin can fly.
no.
Oh.
We know they can't.
Well, you're a mercenary then, huh? You just so happen to be the same, work for this fashion house. You don't work for them all the time?
Wait, Hardtail? I mean, most of the time, yeah. Sometimes Hardtail contracts my services out to other industries. I mean, sometimes I'll get on with other stuff. Like,
What kind of stuff?
Murder stuff.
I wouldn't call it murder necessarily. It's
Well, what the hell is it when you kill somebody? Eh?
Let him speak. Let him speak.
we prefer to call it enforced end-of-life services.
Yeah, that's murder.
Do you get many jobs? Because, I mean, you'd have thought they'd have
It's
sent
not
their
like
best.
palliative care, my friend. It is murdering somebody who is alive, you know?
Look, for what it's worth, you guys, you weren't my
Also,
target. I'm sorry you got wrapped up in this, but you're not who I was after.
I mean,
You don't know who we are. You tried to kill us, and you say, don't take it personal.
Has he got any more equipment on him? Has he got like a satchel or some sort of inventory kit?
You can frisk his cloak.
you keep him pointed. I can pat him down if you want.
Yeah, frisk his cloak. Go through his stuff. See what he has on him.
Yeah. He gets frisked. Do you want me to do his perception roll? Go through it.
Yeah, you can give me a perception roll to go through his cloak and just like give him a pat down. His arms are cuffed behind his back at this point.
That is a 15 on the dice. 31.
31. Yep, so you're going through this form-fitting sort of Under Armour he's wearing. There's not really anywhere to hide anything. It's fairly evident. He's not carrying anything in terms of weapons or equipment. But, Radar, you're doing head to tail, and yeah, there's in one of his ears, you find just a small earpiece.
Pull it out.
Yeah, you pull it out. It's a standard earpiece, like
Put it in my ear.
for encrypted. Yep. You're picking up comm chatter.
Ooh. Take that out of the ear. Put that in a pocket to hack into with later.
What'd you hear, Radar?
Oh, he's got an earpiece. Points at the earpiece.
Oh, does it work?
It seems to be working. I'm going to wait until we've got a quiet moment and we're not carrying unnecessary baggage, and then I'll see what I can do with it.
Fair enough.
He scowls. Look, man, you weren't my target, and I'm sorry you got even involved in any
What's
of
your
this. I'll be honest, I don't really want to tell you my name. Like,
Ryder
I'm gonna
smacks him
call
with the
you-
butt of her sword.
I mean, you're going to tell us your name, or I'm going to call you Dave, and you'll just have to live with it however long living lasts in your current situation.
You're a mercenary, fucker. We can do whatever the hell we like to you, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. So tell us what we want to know, or we'll make this painful for you. How about that?
Oh yeah, if you think this is painful, this is nothing.
all right, fine.
You should have seen the cracked out ninja coke rats we fought.
Wait, what?
What's your name?
What's your name?
My name's Lieberman.
Lieberman.
Yeah.
Ryder makes a note of that.
Lieberman. Your name is Lieberman. Okay, Lieberman, I have to ask, do all of Hightail's assassins, are they all this au fait?
Au fait. Look, sometimes I work for Hardtail, sometimes I don't. In this instance, it was pretty much just a family favor anyway. They were going to pick out the target for me, this rabbit. I was going to make it look like an accident, and I was going to get on with my life.
It's just a merc, Radar.
Okay, what do you want to do with him?
Look, who are you guys anyway? You're
Again, you don't get to ask questions.
Yeah, that's not how interrogations work.
You tried to kill us, and you don't even know who we are. This is unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. You didn't even do a background check. We could have been anyone.
You wanted to throw him out the elevator hatch.
You
now.
thought I was a rabbit.
No, is there like a trash compactor or something on this station now?
Wait a minute.
What?
You've been around her. That smell. That's the smell of the rabbit we were tracking. You are involved in this.
What rabbit?
What? I am not a rabbit.
You know them.
Huh? Don't know what you're talking about.
You can cover a backstory. You can't cover a scent. You are affiliated with my target.
Radar stood behind the guy, and he's very, very carefully, very quietly got his gun out.
You're just going to shoot this guy in the back of the head while he's talking.
No, because it sounds like he's going to fucking go berserk or something, and Radar's ready to just put him out of his misery in case he does.
Well, can I do a bluff check to see if I can spoof this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. So, from his perspective, he's put two and two together, and you aren't just random people in a lift that they picked the wrong lift by mistake. You're involved in this at levels deeper than just
They
superficial.
were legitimate targets.
And he's starting
Yeah.
to work that out.
Indeed. Well, bluff check. We've got a 13 on the dice plus 13 for bluff, so 26.
Okay, you can go for it, but you don't know whether he's gonna.
Well, she's just said, "Don't know who you're talking about." That's all she's done.
No. You know, Juniper. You're involved in this.
Radar,
Hmm?
shoot this guy.
Wait, what?
Radar shoots him in the back of the head.
What?
Oh, point blank
In
in the back of
cuffs,
the head.
so he
That's-
can't stop it at all.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's just dead.
Yeah, we're out of combat, and you shot him unarmed in the back of the head,
You
so...
just executed somebody in the middle of Absolom Station outside a cash and carry.
Yeah,
I believe he just tried to kill you both. I believe this is self-defense. Take the cuffs off him.
little,
Not when he's
little
cuffed.
splutter of blood just hits Ryder in the face, completely unfazed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, not pointed at me.
Well,
I just look really horrified at this.
Radar's going to turn to Alejandro like, you do know this is what we do.
Well,
Oh, one at my
I
nose.
guess I do now. Uh-huh.
Ah,
Radar, still looking at Al, is going to take out a hanky and hands it to Ryder.
yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I remember a time
Also-
once when shooting unarmed, handcuffed prisoners in the back of the head was frowned upon by the rest of the crew. That was a whole deal.
Things have moved on since then.
Mhm.
Look how far we've fallen.
No, they haven't fallen. They've just evolved. It's evolution, baby.
Basically, you've all fallen to V's level.
No, Radar was already there.
You keep using the word fallen.
Yeah. We have ascended.
Hey, you chastised V for doing that.
We're 4 years into this roleplay. Of course, the party has become murder hobos at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've shot him in the back of the head. He is dead.
Yeah.
His body drops to the floor.
Well, glad we took the cloak thing off of him.
Oh, it's on my jacket. I'm gonna have to put this in the wash now.
Well, so
Radar, you can try the jacket on if you want, or you can try the cloak.
no,
on.
Radar was never going to steal this for Radar because the guy wearing it was like 2 foot shorter than he was. He was going to see if he could make it adjustable for Ryder.
I'm going to cast invisibility on his body.
Yeah, good call.
That's great, but somebody's going to trip over an invisible corpse at some point unless we move it.
Well, I'm going to call up some of my friends who are in the cleanup crew for Absolom to come deal with this.
Yeah.
Quietly.
So we got some
Yeah.
useful intel from that. Hightail, who have probably the people who sent me this note, are.
I mean,
Oh,
that was
shit,
the
that's
place Al and I were going.
Sorry, wait, that wasn't the hanky. You just wiped the blood in a very expensive piece of paper.
Huh?
Oh, the
Rhoda
notes.
looks
Yeah,
at
you're
the
holding
paper.
it. Yeah, you're holding the note. You're holding the note.
Yeah, Rhoda looks at the paper. It's just like, what is this? Where'd you get this?
That's what appeared in my pocket as I was walking back towards the Leica.
Oh, Rhoda reads it.
It's
Yeah,
the same note. It's to whom it may concern. Pale Moon formally lays claim to come again. Its territories, establishments, finances, and going concerns will be brought under our purview forthwith. Please not resist
Blah,
during this
blah,
period of
blah.
transition. And it's the same quote. Weary are the feet that walk the path of war.
Oh.
Battles they cannot
Blah,
hope to
blah,
win.
blah.
Tread carefully.
Legalese, threat.
With kindest
threat.
regards.
So these guys knew that we were here and knew exactly who we were, but this guy didn't.
Well, this guy seemed to be after Jade, and
Well-
just cottoned on to what was going on. So that's why we executed him in public.
Yeah.
Just so you
Well,
have some
no-
clarity on what happened there.
Not knowing who the actual target is, like name-wise, rather than just a physical description, is standard operational security.
Yeah,
To an assassin, it's just a physical description.
I mean, we could have handed him over to the cops, but it sounds like the cops are in on it.
Also, this sends a message.
It sounds like the security firm here is run by the Vlaga.
As are
Oh,
their
no,
assassins.
the Vlaka's not... There weren't any Vlaka on the checkpoint when I went back. It's human shift, apparently.
Oh.
And they're playing cards.
Okay, I guess that's why you got here so quickly.
At that, I ran.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Very, very fast. Very.
At this point, you're starting to hear sirens.
We should probably
We
leave.
should probably leave.
Body in dumpster. Is there a dumpster?
Body in
there?
a dumpster.
Invisible
cash
body in
and
a
carry.
dumpster.
The cash and carry, it's got some like waste disposal things near it.
Yeah. Right.
Oh shit! Where's he gone?
You-
Where's he gone?
You
Al?
grab his head, I've got his legs. Oh, wait, where are his legs? Oh shit, where is he?
I've got. No, this is his arm. Where's his
As
legs?
you keep saying, there it is.
Wait, I've got a thing. I can
Give me
see
a
invisibility.
Perception rolls. Perception rolls for a week.
I can just see him.
Yeah. So you can.
He's
just lift him in
invisible.
the dumpster.
I've got a thing that sees invisibility. Meme aside, I'm now useful.
Radar doesn't have to roll perception.
Yay. His head's up there, by the way.
Radar can move the body.
Yeah, radar will move the body. There we go. Done.
Right, I'm going to say you have maybe minutes. These sirens are getting closer.
Yep.
Right, come on, guys. Let's scarper.
And yeet.
There we are. You got him.
Yeah, I think he's in there. Yeah, he's in there. Right, where we going?
good.
Right. Dust my hands off.
Oh, shut the lid.
Radar shuts the lid.
Okay. Good. Right. Do we want to visit this place that we were going to, Al, or should we just head somewhere?
Yeah, maybe another
Secret.
day after there's less police.
Let's go somewhere secret.
Yeah.
You got
I
like
know
a nice
this-
bar or somewhere?
Safe house.
I think, yeah, we'll head somewhere that I know
Safe
of
house?
that might be a bit.
Safe house, perhaps, you know.
Yeah, maybe safe
I don't
house.
know if I have a safe house, but whatever, somewhere that's a bit more dodgy than here.
I think we should start by getting in one of these fast as fuck lifts.
You want to get back into the lift?
The lift that Radar took is still there.
Where did the other one go?
Oh, it's very much a wreck at the bottom of the shaft right now.
No, the other Vlaka.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
You didn't check?
What did you want me to do?
Did you said you saw the lift crater on the way up?
We're in the lift at the moment, right? Well,
We're in the lift having this discussion.
Yeah.
I didn't see a body, if that's what you're asking.
Right down at the bottom where that collapsed lift is, you can see that policemen and paramedics are starting to gather around it.
Shit, well that means he's still out there somewhere.
You can just tell that from the flashing lights at the bottom.
Well, it looked like they're in.
As your lift starts going up, you can see that police are starting to move in on where you teleported and had your fight. But you're several levels above that now.
Well, I mean, their entire point was to basically cut the lift cable and make it look like you died in an accident. So I'm guessing they had a bug out plan. He probably just activated that.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Well, as far as we're concerned, we've just seen a horrible accident happen. So, shocked faces, guys, when you step out.
So where are you going? Are you going back down to the ground to the level you started off on?
Well, if I know a better level to stop at where we can maybe, just move away, get to another set of lift, get to a service elevator and go down to the...
Yes, away from
this. Pick a number between 1 and 13,628.
13,629.
Well. We weren't on the top floor.
No, you're about two-thirds of the way up.
So I'm guessing this goes up to about 20,000.
Yeah, Absolom is a big planet, a big space station. So
big elevator.
Yeah. 20,000 floors.
And that's just for this plateau. Once you're up on that level, you can move to the inner core, and then you start getting into the rich people district, and that's another thousands of floors.
We just killed someone outside of Tesco Express, so...
It's not a Tesco Express.
We murdered the shit out of somebody in front of an Asda, so you know.
Not an Asda either. It's Absolom boots and fags or whatever. You've got into the lift. You're moving away from this crime scene. You had a hostage. You had an unexpected. We had a hostage. Not anymore.
He was never a hostage.
Well, I thought he was a hostage.
Well, I mean, you had him handcuffed against his will.
He was a failed assassin living on borrowed time.
He was a mercenary. There's no guilt to be felt here.
Yeah.
Nature of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we will leave off with you're in the turbo lift, coming up with a new plan.
What's the quote they wrote on that note? Weary are the feet that walk the path of war to battles they cannot hope to win. Tread carefully.
Well, someone got stepped on today.
Yeah.
Ahoy hoy everybody, Cypher here, aka Ryder, and once again thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. If you're still listening and you like what you just heard, why not tell your friends about us? That'd be really cool of you. And if you really like what you just heard, why not buy us a Ko-fi? Links to our Twitter, Ko-fi, Discord, and all of the other places you can listen to this podcast are in the description below. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be seeing you all in 2 weeks' time. Till then, shoot straight and roll high.